are now listening to the Dad Rules Podcast with your hosts, Mario E. and Kid.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Dad Rules Podcast, where we help you dad better. I'm one of your hosts, Mario E. and Kid. What's going on?
Not much, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be on the pod. What you got for us today?
All right, so today's topic is two heads are better than one. We've all heard that expression. Kid, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, we all know what that means. I think about I really think about like me and you. Like when we come together and we got a problem or something like that, we really know how to work together and get the problem solved. And we've done a lot of projects. We've been on a lot of projects together over the years, not just on the podcast, but in other things. And we've been successful in those ventures. And I just remember just sitting like in my mom's kitchen and we sitting there just game planning and talking about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it and stuff like that. And then once we really go out there and perform, or we go out there and do what we got to do, and it's a success. And I think about like when we come together and we got an idea or something like that, it's not like you shot my idea down or I shot yours down or anything like that. It's like we always came to a good compromise on how we can do it. We might say, man, that's a good idea, but why don't we do it like this? It would reach the audience better, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just think about that, and I think about teamwork and like how in some of those situations, I knew that I couldn't have done it to the level that we did it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But having like you there and working with other people is how we could take things to another level of success and really accomplish our goal.
Right.
And here on the Dad Rules Podcast, we talked about from a dad's perspective on two heads being better than one. And I feel like, who are those two heads when you're talking about being a parent? The mother and the father.
Right.
So whether you're with that mother or not, whether you're married or not, you guys still have to come together for the good of the child.
That's right.
So if the child is misbehaving or not doing what you want them to do, or not taking the right steps in life like you think that they should, don't feel like you got to take on all this stuff by yourself. Put your pride aside, put whatever animosity that you have for the mother of your child, or if it's a mother in here listening, to the father of your child. Come together and figure things out. Mm-hmm. Because we all have had different experiences in life. So something that the child is going through, we know that genetics, in our genetic makeup, we pick up things from our father, we pick up things from our mother. Maybe one of the parents have gone through exactly what the kid is going through at that moment. Or maybe you can trace it back to, oh, he's doing that. Man, my brother used to do that when he was in school. This is what we did to get him to stop. You know? Because I talked about how I've been talking to my sister a lot lately, because some of Jonah's behaviors have been kind of like my nephew Tim's behaviors when he was in school. And we just kind of game plan, and like I would be so serious trying to get the problem fixed, or, you know, do what I'm supposed to do as a father. And she would just laugh. And I'm like, Rita. And she's like, it's just funny. She said, because I've been through this, you know what I'm saying? And it's nothing really to matter. It's nothing big. It's just minor, and things are going to work out. You just got to keep on being the parent that you are, keep on doing what you're doing, and things gonna work out. And I think about everything that I deal with my son. My number one teammate, my partner is my wife. And I would have to be the biggest fool in the world thinking that because I'm the masculine dad and I'm super dad and all this stuff that I can just handle everything by myself. No, I have to ask my wife, and we have to come to a decision together about what's the best for the child. And I mean, you learn through trial and error. And we talked about this even with disciplining your kids. And we were having a problem with Jonah, trying to get him to do right and act right and stuff like that. And one day I said, man, I don't know what to do. I tried everything. I did not know what to do. And he had got me so upset. And I said, let me get this trash bag. Because my son loves Monster Jam. And people that know Monster Jam, they know that that's the monster trucks. Yeah. So he has almost all of them. All the little miniature trucks, he has almost all of them. He probably has probably about 30 monster trucks. And he came home and I said, dude, you didn't get a good report today. And it was about a 1 week or 2 week span that we were having some issues with him at school. And I said, you know what? This got to stop. And I've been praying about it. I tried everything with him. It just wasn't working. Nothing was clicking. I said, let me get this trash bag. I got that trash bag. And I said, if you don't act right at school, I'm going to throw all these in the trash. And that's what I did. I took all his monster trucks. Nothing else. Mm-hmm. You better do right. You're going to get a spanking, this, that, and the third. That stuff didn't work. But when I put them trucks in that bag, didn't throw them in the trash can. I put them in the bag. I said, if your behavior does not get better, then this is going in the dumpster outside. Tears, sincere tears, fell down this boy's face.
Yeah.
I mean, and the way I did it too, I want to tell it because it might help somebody. And the way I did it, I put all of them in the trash bag, big black trash bag. And I put them there and I said, you will get 2 back every day for good behavior. And it took him about 2 weeks to get all of his trucks back. Getting 2 a day. You had a good day today? Yeah, you had a good day today. I heard you got a good report. Here goes you get to pick 2 trucks. You get to pick 2 trucks. You get to pick two trucks. You get to pick 2 trucks. And after that, seeing how hard it is to fix the issue that he messed up. And this goes on later in life too.
Yeah.
When you mess up something, you got to fix it. And sometimes fixing it takes longer than just doing the right thing.
Right.
So he saw how long it took for him to get those toys back. And I haven't had an issue with them. Even around the house, I say something to him. You want me to put those monster trucks up? No. And it just worked. And I remember you telling me, you probably told me about, a few months ago, you said with Israel, when it came to discipline, taking things away worked.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said
exactly right.
Nothing else worked, but you said taking things away from them worked. And you're right, man. It works. It works. And it's not a whole lot of drama. I don't have to really raise my voice. I just say, hey, you need to think about this. Do you want A, B, and C to happen? Well, then let's get it together.
Yeah.
And it works, man. It works. It works. Taking things away. But I feel like you can't abuse it still at the same time. Because he might have had one day that he didn't really have a good day or whatever. And I didn't just overreact with it.
Right. You can't do that.
I was like, all right, you're not going to get none today. But you can still keep the ones that you got. I'm not going to take any back. And then the next day he got back together because he knew he didn't get anything. So I don't think we should be the cancellation parents. No TV, right. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. Man, come on, man. Like they've been in school all week. They need to be able to do something that they enjoy.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But no matter how you want to look at it, kids rank the things that they like. They might like watching TV, but then he might like watching his monster trucks a little bit more than watching TV. Or he likes playing his monster trucks more than he likes playing the drums. You know, They rank it. You gotta find out what the ranking is.
That's right. That's right. That's right. They got their own likes and dislikes and things that motivate them and don't motivate them.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure.
What you think?
Yeah, man. You know, I'm glad you said a lot of the things you said, because I kind of was jotting some stuff down, and I kind of look at it the same way. You know, two heads better than one. You know, I think about, you know, my marriage, you know, like you were saying, you know, it's definitely teamwork, right? You know, it's a teamwork, a partnership, however you want to look at it. But, you know, my wife and I, we're in this together to raise these kids and to raise them to being, you know, to be better than us, for them to be, you know, good people, you know. And, you know, that's really important that, you know, that we do that. I also think about, you know, what you were saying as far as times that you and I were working on things together and how the ideas flow. You know, a lot of times, you know, if you work in solitude, and, you know, sometimes you may need to work in solitude. Sometimes you may need to do so. But when you come together with a friend or a partner or whatever, and you're brainstorming, I mean, it's a great experience, you know. Group projects sometimes can be great, you know, sometimes they can be bad, but then other times they can be great because, you know, everybody's pulling together and, you know, trying to do the same thing, you know, working towards that same goal. And, you know, you can have a whole lot of good synergy when all those groups, all those people, you know, are working on the same cause or whatever, you know, and those are great things. One of the things you talked about, you know, a lot of prayer, you know, and I also think about this, you know, it was a scripture that talks about one can put 1,000 to flight, two can put 10,000 to flight. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, you may ask people to pray with you or agree with you in prayer for something. Why is that? Because two are better than one. Two people praying on the same thing is better than just that maybe that one person praying on it on their own. You know, it's always good to have somebody agreeing with you on something in prayer, you know. But yeah, man, you know, I just look at it and doing things together, doing life together with people is awesome. You know, no man is an island. You know, we're not here to be alone and only just do certain things or whatever. You know, we have friends and we want our kids to have friends. And so it's about picking those right friends. And, you know, a lot of times, like you said, two are better than one. Two can be better than one. And it's just explaining to your kids, you know, that, you know, you need other people. You know, you can't do everything all by yourself. And yeah, I just echo just pretty much because everything you were saying, pretty much I kind of had it to say as well. But yeah, man, you know, it's a good thing to have friends and to have people that look at things the same way and you can work together. You know, it takes a load off sometimes. Yeah,
I agree. And I think one thing that gets often overlooked is just being on the same page. And like when you have a mother and father that maybe not getting along, but they come together for the kid, think about what you guys have in common and the common goals that y'all have. Okay. And you put it into its simplest form. What do we want our kids? Do we want our kids to be NBA All-Stars? Do we want them to be lawyers and doctors? Do we want them to be millionaires? That's not our goal as parents. We say we want our kids to be better than us.
Right.
And then when you broke it all the way down, you said, we want them to be good people. Do you think your child has a better chance of being who you want them to be if you and their other parent are not getting along? They probably ultimately want y'all to be like together, but if they can't get that, then at least y'all be able to get along.
Exactly.
And not that when I come into the room, you got to go out the room. Or if they're going to be at the birthday party, then I can't be at the birthday party. You don't want them to feel like that.
Nah.
Or y'all can't go to parent-teacher conferences together.
Yeah.
Like, that's not good. That's not good.
That's not a healthy situation.
And I think about the times like we were game planning and we were, strategizing and trying to, perform or whatever the case we were doing. When me and you were there and we both had the same goals in mind, we were able to, achieve a lot. But when you get somebody in that mix that doesn't have the same goal, it can go all the way left.
Mm-hmm. It can take longer than what it needs to be able to reach the goal.
Getting caught up in self, all that stuff.
All of it.
So, but you think about the times that, when everybody was on the same page. That's when we achieved the most.
Yep.
So that's my goal with this podcast is bringing families together and not tearing them apart.
That's right.
And even nobody's saying that y'all have to be together, but y'all need to be able to coexist.
Mm-hmm. You need to come together for the children.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. And God's fathers, and if we have some young ladies that are listening, be very, very particular on who you choose to be your child's father or child's mother. And I say choose because there are no mistakes in conceiving a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's going on. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
There
you know the consequences to the action.
Yes. You know at that moment, you know what's going down. You know what could possibly happen. So we're adults here. We're not going to act like it was a mistake.
Yeah.
You did the act. It happened. You got to live with that. Whoever it is, you got to live with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the first steps too, is just having ownership on, I maybe didn't make the right choice and this is what I got to deal with. You knew who this person was before you decided to, procreate with them.
Yeah.
But but I think a lot of the kids would benefit, and I think if parents just put the kids in front and take yourself out of the equation and say what is best for the child.
Mm-hmm. And
I think nobody would disagree that it's better for the kid to be able to have both of their parents in their life.
Absolutely.
Unless, and we talked about this before, unless there's abuse taking place. Mm-hmm. And, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need both of their parents.
Agreed.
You got anything else on the topic?
I don't. Not this time.
Guys, we thank you guys for listening to the Dad Rules podcast. Once again, we got Mario E and Kid, guys, and we're signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Dad Rules podcast with your hosts, Mario E and Kid. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, follow and like us on Facebook and Instagram. You can find our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Breaker, and Player FM. Till next time.